Hello, today let us look at a lesson from Siri Kannada grade 6. The name of the lesson is Doddavara Dari. What is the meaning? Doddavaru means great people, great leaders, great people. Dari is path, the path that is shown to us by the great people. So each of us would have had a lot of memorable experiences in our life. Some incidences are very good and some of them are not so good. But we have learned our lessons and we have had new experiences from these incidences that has happened in our life. Similarly, great people's life also, there are a lot of incidences which has happened. And these incidences provide us guidelines and show us the path, show us the right path, and also gives us a lot of guidance on how to do things and what to do things, how to do it. So, the author of this lesson also wants us to learn something from the experiences or the incidences that has happened in the life of two great people. One of them is Dr. Rajendra Prasad and the other great personality is Dr. Zakir Hussain. So now let us look at the lesson where both there are incidences from both the great people's life. So first I will read one paragraph. I will give the important words meaning in English and then I will explain the paragraph. So the first one is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳು. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉನ್ನತ ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೇರಿದರು, ಸರಳ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸಿದವರು. ಜನಕ ಮಹಾರಾಜನಂತೆ ಅವರದು ಋಷಿ ಸದೃಶ ಜೀವನ. ಅವರು ಕೋಪವನ್ನು ಹತ್ತಿಕ್ಕಬಲ್ಲವರಾಗಿದ್ದರು. ಬಾಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಸ್ತು, ಸಂಯಮ, ಸಮಯ ಪಾಲನೆ ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಭಾರಿ ಮಹತ್ವ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದವರು. ತಾವು ಜನರ ಸೇವಕ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. So let us look at the meanings first. Prathama means first. Rashtrapatigalu means president. Atyanta very. Unnata best. Sthanakeridaru. Sthana means place or position. Sarala simple. Jivana life. Nadesidavaru led. Then Rishi Sadrusha means sage-like. Kopa means anger. Hattikka Ballavaragiddaru. Somebody who can calm down or control the anger. Shistu is discipline. Samyama is patience. Samayapalane is punctuality. Mahatva means importance. Sevaka means servant. Okay, so now let me explain the paragraph. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳು. So Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the very first president of India. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉನ್ನತ ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೇರಿದರು, ಸರಳ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸಿದವರು. So in spite of being in such a great position, the position of a president, he still led a very simple life. ಜನಕ ಮಹಾರಾಜನಂತೆ ಅವರು ಋಷಿ ಸದೃಶ ಜೀವನ. So just like Janaka, King Janaka, he led a life which was sage-like. Sage-like means somebody who is disciplined, somebody who is very sincere in his work. So he was that kind of a person. ಅವರು ಕೋಪವನ್ನು ಹತ್ತಿಕ್ಕಬಲ್ಲವರಾಗಿದ್ದರು. So he could control or calm down the anger. He would never get angry. He would always keep his anger in control. ಬಾಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಸ್ತು, ಸಂಯಮ, ಸಮಯ ಪಾಲನೆ ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಭಾರಿ ಮಹತ್ವ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. And he was giving a lot of importance for discipline. Shistu is discipline, samyama is patience, and samaya palane, punctuality. These were very, very important for him and he used to give a lot of importance to all of these qualities. ತಾವು ಜನರ ಸೇವಕ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. And he used to tell, I am the people's servant. He used to tell like that. Next. ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಕಚೇರಿಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಹಲವು ಪುಟಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಲ್ಲಾಪಿಲ್ಲಿಯಾಗಿ ಹರಿದು ಬಿದ್ದಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದರು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಂಬುದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೊಳೆಯಲು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವೇಳೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ತಪ್ಪಿನ ಅರಿವಾಗಬೇಕು ಎಂದೆನಿಸಿತು. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಅಪರಾಧಿಗಳಾಗಿಸಲು ಅವರ ಮನ ಒಪ್ಪಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಉಪಾಯ ಹೂಡಿದರು. ಸೊ ಕಚೇರಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸ್, ಕೆಲಸ ವರ್ಕ್. ಮುಗಿಸು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್. ಹಲವು ಮೆನಿ. ಪುಟಗಳು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪೇಜಸ್. ಚೆಲ್ಲಾಪಿಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೂನ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್. ಹರಡಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್. ದೆನ್ ಹೊಳೆಯಲು ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಹೊಳೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಬೇಳೆ ಟೈಮ್. ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ತಪ್ಪು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್. ಅರಿವಾಗು ಟು ರಿಯಲೈಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಆರ್ ಕಲ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್. ಉಪಾಯ ಐಡಿಯಾ. ಅಂಡ್ ಹೂಡಿದರು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಕ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಕಚೇರಿಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಹಲವು ಪುಟಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಲ್ಲಾಪಿಲ್ಲಿಯಾಗಿ ಹರಿದು ಬಿದ್ದಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದರು. So one day when Dr. Rajendra Prasad completed his work in the office and returned home. So when he returned home, he saw that many pages from one of his books were torn and they were strewn all around, strewn and spread all around. Then ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಂಬುದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೊಳೆಯಲು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವೇಳೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. So to understand that this is done by some children, it didn't take much time for him. He could easily make out that this was the work of the children in his house. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ತಪ್ಪಿನ ಅರಿವಾಗಬೇಕು ಎಂದೆನಿಸಿತು. So he thought these children have to realize their mistakes. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಅಪರಾಧಿಗಳಾಗಿಸಲು ಅವರ ಮನ ಒಪ್ಪಲಿಲ್ಲ. But he did not want to treat them like culprits or criminals. He did not want to make them feel that they are very wrong or they are the criminals. ಒಂದು ಉಪಾಯ ಹೂಡಿದರು. So then he made an idea. He prepared an idea. See, for children you have to tell their mistakes in a very nice way so that they understand that they have made a mistake and that they will not repeat the mistake. You should not make them get scared. Oh, I did this mistake, I'm going to get a very bad punishment. Like that, the children shouldn't get scared. They have to first realize that they have done a mistake and they should also know that they should not repeat that mistake again. So Dr. Rajendra Prasad wanted to teach them a lesson in a very nice way without punishing them and scolding them. Okay, now next one. ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಮುಖ ಕೈ ಕಾಲು ತೊಳೆದು ಬಂದರು. ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಕೋಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿದು ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದೊಂದಾಗಿ ಎತ್ತಿ ಮೇಜಿನ ಮೇಲಿಟ್ಟರು. ಬಳಿಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಳಿಗೆ ಕರೆದರು. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಓಡೋಡಿ ಬಂದರು. ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು, ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಗದಗಳು ಹರಿದು ಹೋಗಿವೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪುಟಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಹರಿದಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಪುಟಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಗನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಕಾಸು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಆಗಬಹುದೇ ಎಂದರು. So first let us look at the meanings of this paragraph. ಕೋಣೆ room, ಹರಿದು torn, ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದ fallen, ಮೇಜು table, ಬಳಿಕ later. Then ಹರಿದು again is torn and ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಗನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ as much as the count. ಕಾಸು is money. So ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಮುಖ ಕೈಕಾಲು ತೊಳೆದು ಬಂದರು. So he went freshen up and came. He washed his hands, legs, face and he came back. ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಕೋಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿದು ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದೊಂದಾಗಿ ಎತ್ತಿ ಮೇಜಿನ ಮೇಲಿಟ್ಟರು. So slowly he collected all the papers that were torn and fallen and he placed them on a table. ಬಳಿಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಳಿಗೆ ಕರೆದರು. After that he called all the children to the room. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಓಡೋಡಿ ಬಂದರು. And the children came running. ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಗದಗಳು ಹರಿದು ಹೋಗಿವೆ. So he says, children, see here, so many pages have been torn here. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪುಟಗಳು. These are all the pages from a book. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಯಾರು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಹರಿದಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಪುಟಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಗೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಕಾಸು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಆಗಬಹುದೇ ಎಂದರು. So he said that see, so many pages are torn and they are all torn from one book, and amongst you, how many of you you have to tell me a count of how many pages each one of you have torn. So as much as the count, like each kid how many ever pages they have torn, that much of money I will give. Kasu means money. That much of money I will give to each child. Is this okay with all of you? So he is asking the children to tell how many pages each child has torn from that book, so that accordingly he can give them money. So next paragraph. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಒಬ್ಬರ ಮುಖ ಒಬ್ಬರು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡರು. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಕಾಸು ಸಿಗುವುದಲ್ಲ ಎಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ತಾವು ಹರಿದ ಪುಟಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿದರು. ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಖುಷಿಯೋ ಖುಷಿ. ಆಗ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು, ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಂಡಾರ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುವ ಆಕರಗಳು. ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಹರಿದು ಹಾಕುವುದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸವಲ್ಲ, ತಿಳಿಯಿತೆ ಎಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯುವಂತೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು. So again, let us look at the meanings. ತಿಳಿಸಿದರು, inform or tell. ಜ್ಞಾನ is knowledge and ಭಂಡಾರ is a treasure. ಆಗರಗಳು means source. Agara means it's a source. And then abhyasa means practice. Abhyasa valla means not a good practice. Okay. Olleya abhyasa valla means not a good practice. So now let us look at the meaning of the paragraph. Makkalu obbara mukha obbaru nodikondaru. So when Rajendra Prasad said, how many ever pages each child has torn, that much of money I will give to each of you. So the children were looking at each other. They were surprised. What is this? Somebody is giving us money. Like that they are surprised and they are looking at each other. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಕಾಸು ಸಿಗುವುದಲ್ಲ ಎಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ತಾವು ಹರಿದ ಪುಟಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿದರು. So each child was very happy that he is going to get money, and if he tells the number of pages he has torn, so immediately each child said how many pages they have said the number of pages they tore from the book. ಪ್ರಸಾದರು ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, and Rajendra Prasad gave them money. How many ever pages each child tore, that much money he gave to each of them. ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಖುಷಿಯೋ ಖುಷಿ. ಖುಷಿ means happiness. They were so happy that they got money. ಆಗ ಪ್ರಸಾದರು, ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಂಡಾರ. So he is telling the children now, see books. What are books? Books are like a treasure of knowledge. It is treasure filled with knowledge. ನಮ್ಮ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುವ ಆಗರಗಳು. So these are sources from where you get so much information, where you can learn so many new things. ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಹರಿದು ಹಾಕುವುದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸವಲ್ಲ, ತಿಳಿಯಿತೆ. So since they have so much of knowledge in them, since books are so precious and we have to treasure them because we can learn a lot from the books. So it is not a good practice to tear the pages of the book. Did you understand? Like that, very nicely he talks to the children and he asks them. ಎಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯುವಂತೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು. And he spoke to them in such a nice way that they could understand the importance of a book. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ತಪ್ಪಿನ ಅರಿವಾಯಿತು. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರರಿಗೆ, ತಾತ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಎಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳ ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಹರಿಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಜೋಪಾನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ ಎಂದು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಪ್ರಸಾದರಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಯಿತು. ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ಮನೋಭಾವ ಮೂಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳೇ ಹಾಗೆ. ಕೋಪ, ಅಸಹನೆ, ತಾಳ್ಮೆಗೆಡುವುದು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಂದ ದೂರ. ಪ್ರಗತಿಯ gutte adu. So let us first look at the meanings now. Jopana means careful, pramana means promise, samadhana means satisfied, kopa anger, assahane intolerance, talme geduvudu to become impatient, to lose your patience, dura far, pragati is progress, guttu is secret. So makkalige tamma tappina arivaitu. So now the children understood what they did was wrong. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರರಿಗೆ ತಾತ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಎಂದೂ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳ ಪುಟಗಳನ್ನು ಹರಿಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೌ ದೇ ಸೆಡ್ we will never tear the pages of the book. ಜೋಪಾನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ, we will be very careful with our books ಎಂದು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು. So now they promised that they will never do anything to the book. ಪ್ರಸಾದರಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಯಿತು. And Prasad, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was very satisfied with what the children told him. ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ಮನೋಭಾವ ಮೂಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. So the children, they understood that they made a mistake. They did not feel that they did a big crime. Okay? They understood their mistakes. That was what was his intention as well. He wanted them to learn what mistake they did and to realize that and to correct it and not repeat it again. So he was also satisfied that he taught the children in the right way. ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳೇ ಹಾಗೆ. So this is the personality of great people. ಕೋಪ ಅಸಹನೆ ತಾಳ್ಮೆಗೆಡುವುದು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಂದ ದೂರ. So in a very nice way, in a very calm way, he made the children realize what they did was wrong. So without getting angry, without shouting at them, and without losing patience. So anger, intolerance, impatience, this is all very, very far. It was all very, very far away from him. So in a very simple and a calm and a nice way, he made the children realize their mistakes. Pragatiya gutte adu. So if you have to progress, the secret to progress is all these qualities. You should not get angry. You should not be intolerant. You should not be impatient. You have to handle, you have to take control. You have to control your anger, and in a very nice way. You have to explain the children in such a way that they understand that what they did was wrong. So you need to be very patient when you are explaining the mistakes to the children. So this is one lesson that we have learned, that we should control our anger, we need to be patient, we need to be tolerant. So these are all the things which you have learned from this incident. Now let's look at Dr. Zakir Hussain. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಸುಧಾರಣೆ ಕುರಿತಂತೆ ಹಲವು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆದವರು. ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಬಂದ ಬಳಿಕ ಬಿಹಾರದ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಾಗಿ, ಭಾರತದ ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿ, ಅನಂತರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ದುಡಿದವರು. ಕೆಲಕಾಲ ಅಲಿಗಢ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳೂ ಆಗಿದ್ದರು. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಷೇತ್ರವಾಗಿತ್ತು. So now this is about Dr. Zakir Hussain. So first we need to understand who is he and what are the services he has provided to India. So first let me explain the meanings. Shikshana means education. Shikshanada, educational. Abhivriddhi is development. Sudharane is improvement. Kuritu, about. Then Rajyapala means governor. Uparashtrapati means vice president. And Rashtrapati means president. Kulapati means chancellor. And Pramukha Karya Kshetra, mainstream work. So Dr. Zakir Hussain has written a lot of books about Indian educational development and how to improve the education in India. He has written a lot of books about it. And ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಬಂದ ಬಳಿಕ ಬಿಹಾರದ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಾಗಿ, ಭಾರತದ ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಅನಂತರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ದುಡಿದವರು. So he has after India got independence, he has worked as a governor for Bihar, for the state of Bihar. Rajyapala means governor. He has been the governor for Bihar. Then ಭಾರತದ ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿ he has also been the vice president of India, and finally he has also been the president of India. Then ಕೆಲಕಾಲ ಅಲಿಗಢ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳೂ ಆಗಿದ್ದರು. And for some time he was also the chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University. ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ means university. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಷೇತ್ರವಾಗಿತ್ತು. So his mainstream work was all towards education. ದೆಹಲಿಯ ಜಾಮಿಯಾ ಮಿಲಿಯಾ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸರಾದ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ. ಅದರ ಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರು. ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಬಹುಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಕಳೆದರೆನ್ನಬಹುದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ತುಂಬಾ ರೋಚಕವಾಗಿದೆ. So there is a university, there's an institution in Delhi which is called as Jamia Millia University, and it is very famous for its the university has been very famous. It's a very famous institution, and Dr. Zakir Hussain was the founder, one of the founders of that institution, and he spent most of his life, most of his time in that university. And there was one very interesting incident when he was working in that university. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರು ಶಿಸ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಶುಚಿಗೆ ಅಪಾರ ಮಹತ್ವ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಶುಚಿಯಾದ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಹಾಗೂ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ ಬೂಟುಗಳನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಆದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರ ಹೇಳುವುದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಸುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಶಿಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಭಂಗವಾಗುವುದೆಂದು ಹುಸೇನರು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಪಟ್ಟರು. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಕಲಿಸಲು ತಾವೇ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡರು. So again let us look at the meaning. ಶಿಸ್ತು discipline, ಶುಚಿ is cleanliness, ಅಪಾರ lot of, ಮಹತ್ವ importance, ಪಾಲಿಸುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ were not following, ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ is opinion. So Dr. Zakir Hussain was giving a lot of importance to discipline and cleanliness. So that is the meaning of the first line. Dr. Zakir Hussainರು ಶಿಸ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಶುಚಿಗೆ ಅಪಾರ ಮಹತ್ವ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. So he was giving a lot of importance for discipline and cleanliness. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಶುಚಿಯಾದ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಹಾಗೂ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ ಬೂಟುಗಳನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. So he wanted the students of the university to come dressed in clean clothes. ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಶುಚಿಯಾದ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿ. ಬಟ್ಟೆ means clothes and ಶುಚಿ is clean. So he insisted that that the students of the university come in clean clothes and also have their shoes polished. Every day he expected this from the students, to come in clean clothes and have nicely polished shoes. ಆದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಸುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. But there were many students who were not following this. ಇದರಿಂದ ಶಿಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಭಂಗವಾಗುವುದೆಂದು ಹುಸೇನರು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಪಟ್ಟರು. So Dr. Zakir Hussain thought the children are not going to be disciplined. The students are not going to be disciplined if they keep continuing to do this. So this was his opinion, that he has to bring in some discipline in the students, among the students. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಕಲಿಸಲು ತಾವೇ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡರು. So he thought of a plan. He thought of an idea on how to teach the students a lesson. ಒಂದು ದಿನ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ದ್ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಬೂಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಶು ಹಾಕುವವನ ವೇಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತಿದ್ದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂತು. ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲಿಶ್ ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಬ್ರಷ್ ಹಿಡಿದು ಕುಳಿತಿದ್ದ ದೃಶ್ಯ ಕಂಡು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ವರ್ತನೆಗೆ ನಾಚಿದರು. ಒಂದಿಬ್ಬರು ಪಾಲಿಶ್ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡದ್ದೂ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. Okay, so let's look at the meaning. Pravesha Dwara means at the entrance or the gate, the main gate of the university. Gamana is notice. Vartane is action or attitude. Nachu means to feel embarrassed. So, because the students of the university were not following the rules. So, what he thought was he wanted to teach them a lesson himself. So, one day what he did, he sat at the entrance or the main gate of the university as a person polishing the shoes. Okay, so he was sitting there, but with all the boot polish and brush, everything with him. He had dressed up like a person who's going to polish shoes, and he was sitting at the entrance. And after some time, the students also came to notice. They understood that it was their chancellor who was sitting there. Okay, so ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲಿಶ್ ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಬ್ರಷ್ ಹಿಡಿದು ಕುಳಿತಿದ್ದ ದೃಶ್ಯ ಕಂಡು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ವರ್ತನೆಗೆ ನಾಚಿದರು. So when they saw that their chancellor, that the head of their university is sitting there with a polish and a brush in his hand, then they realized, they felt embarrassed. They started feeling embarrassed that what did we do? We should have listened. We should have listened to what he was saying. We should have followed our rules of the university. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಬೂಟುಗಳಿಗೆ ಪಾಲಿಶ್ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರತೊಡಗಿದರು. ಇದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಬಾಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಸ್ತು ಬೆಳೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ನೆರವಾಯಿತು. ಶಿಸ್ತು ಮೂಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರ ಆದೇಶವಾಗಿತ್ತು. So after that incident, where he was sitting outside the gate trying to polish the shoes, the students understood that they should not be doing like this, and from that day onwards, they came neatly dressed and their shoes also were always polished well. So what did the students learn? Shistu, discipline. They learned the discipline. You have to be disciplined. When you go to school, your school has certain rules. So you have to follow the rules of your school. That is only called as discipline. You cannot say, I will not do it. I cannot do it. You have to follow it. So that is called as discipline. So the children or the students of the university learned how to be disciplined. So this incident helped them to have discipline in their life. Shistu moodisikolli, develop discipline. Idu ಜಾಕಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನರ ಆದೇಶವಾಗಿತ್ತು. So that was only what he also wished for. Dr. Zakir Hussain wished that everybody develop discipline in their life. Okay.